What's up, guys? So I'm going to share with you how to reduce caffeine withdrawal symptoms, to make that a little bit easier on yourselves if you're planning on quitting drinking coffee or soda or energy drinks or any of that. I'm going to give you some tips on how to make that transition a lot easier. Also, I'm now 23 days without caffeine, so I've made it over 3 weeks. Things are still going great. I can basically say that now that my cravings are at an all-time minimal. I think the only thing, ironically, I was really struggling with coffee cravings, but I think last week it was really hot out. Now that the summer's here, it's brutal here in East Texas, so a nice cold soda sounds amazing sometimes. And I get jealous of some of the people that are, in my life that'll have a cold, Coke or Fanta or Pepsi or whatever, and they're around me and it sucks. And at work, it's one of those triggers, one of those places where we work in a very hot warehouse, so I'm loading trailers all day, sweating my butt off, and then we go to break and everybody's going to the Sam's Cola machine where the canned Cokes and Dr. Thunder and Mountain Lightning and all those kind of off-brand sodas, they're only 25 cents, so everybody's grabbing one of those, and I just got to tell myself no. And I struggled with that a little bit last week, but it wasn't huge. So I think overall, I'm really good. I'm not going to sit here and say that I completely beat this thing and I don't ever have to worry again, because I'm just now getting a little closer to my 1 month mark. And if I'm wanting to make this a lifestyle, this is something I'm going to have to deal with forever. And probably this whole next year, there's going to be little issues here and there where I might have a trigger or something. But I think my cravings, for the most part, keeping my fingers crossed, are pretty much at bay, and I'm able to hold those down. So if you're thinking about quitting coffee or sodas or energy drinks or all three, you may go through some types of withdrawal symptoms, and usually this will happen anywhere from 12 to 48 hours after you quit drinking your caffeine. It depends on a lot of different things, anywhere from, if you're male or female, how much you weigh, how much you drank caffeine, all right? If you drank a lot and then you abruptly diminish or altogether quit drinking it, yeah, your body's going to show probably a few withdrawal symptoms. Usually these will manifest in headaches. That's the most common symptom. And basically what's happening there, guys, is whenever you are using a lot of caffeine, blood flow is going through your body, all parts of your body at a faster rate. Whenever you stop using caffeine, more blood is going to your brain. Your brain's not used to that. There's more tension, there's more pressure, and that's where these headaches come into play. So the best thing that I will tell you that you can do to reduce some of these withdrawal symptoms is basically taper down. Now, I didn't do that, but luckily this time I didn't have any symptoms. I don't know why. The first time that I quit caffeine a few years ago, I did get headaches, but this time I didn't. But one of the best things that you can do, and it'll make it easier on you as far as cravings and things like that. Say you're drinking 3 cups of coffee a day. Maybe for this week, drink 2.5 cups, then maybe 2 cups next week, and then 1.5 cups the next week, and 1/2 cup, and then none. Okay? Or you can do this week you do 2 cups every other day, and then next week you'll do 1 cup every. You can do it in so many different ways of tapering down. Okay? That works good in many addictions. Some people have to do that. It works well with smoking and drinking. Drinking can be dangerous. Alcohol can be dangerous whenever you quit cold turkey, so they actually either promote you to taper down or go to a treatment center so you can be monitored. So as far as caffeine goes, no dangers there, but just some unpleasant symptoms. So tapering down is my number one recommendation to reduce some of those. The next thing that you can do, guys, is drink plenty of fluids. Dehydration is one of those things that can be associated with drinking a lot of caffeine. Caffeine's a diuretic. You're going to pee a lot, all right? And I had frequent urination, especially if you're drinking coffee on an empty stomach and you didn't have any fruits, you didn't have any water before. Towards the end of me drinking a lot of coffee, I would drink tons of water before I started drinking my caffeine, because I understood that it would dehydrate me further. So dehydration, one of the biggest symptoms of that is going to be headaches. So if you're quitting caffeine and you're dehydrated, that's bad news. You're going to have probably worse headaches or migraine symptoms. All right. So hydrate yourselves, my friend. That's tip number 2. Tip number 3, get plenty of rest. Rest. All right. You are going to be more tired whenever you quit using caffeine because your body is having to find energy from something else. Okay. You're used to giving your body that stimulant to keep you awake, to keep you busy, to keep you energized. So now that you're not doing that, you're going to be tired. That is a symptom, a withdrawal symptom of caffeine. But to ease that, don't try to fight it. Go take you a nap. That first week of me quitting caffeine this time, that was one of the biggest things I dealt with. I was just taking these naps all the time. Anytime you quit any type of addiction, your body's tired from it, it's trying to adjust. You need to get extra sleep. If you're sleeping 10 hours, let that happen for a week or two, okay? Then try to get a handle on it later. But you need to get as much rest as you can, so sleep through that, all right? And another thing that you can do is over-the-counter, like Tylenol, all right? Walgreens tension headache. That's one that works very well whenever I would have toothaches and headaches, but it has caffeine in it. So if you're trying to do without any caffeine, make sure that the pain medicine that you're taking doesn't have caffeine. But if you just need some ibuprofen or something like that to get you through, go ahead and do it, all right? It's not a bad thing to take that. You're not gonna get crazily addicted to anything like that. Just take over-the-counter pain medicine for that first week, all right? And I'm not a doctor, guys, so if you have any serious questions about quitting caffeine, although I don't believe it's that serious, just between me and you, make sure you consult with your doctor, because I do not replace a doctor, so just letting you know. Guys, if you haven't subscribed, and hit that notification bell so you get updates whenever I have my videos. Also join my social networks down below. Like this video if you got some value out of it. If it helped you think of some tips, or helped you get a grasp on how to taper down, or maybe make some of these withdrawal symptoms less intense. Also, leave me a comment down below. All right, if you just want to say, hey, I'm here, hey. And that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you have a good one.